Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the Sony MDREX38iP headphones. Now, I picked up these headphones a little while ago, and the main reason that I did so was because of the little iPod dock controller on here. That has a microphone built on it and volume and play controls on it. That way you can control your iPod without actually having to well, at least newer ones like the iPod Touch, you can plug it into it and it'll allow you to control the iPod without having to actually take it out of your pocket, turn the screen on, there we go, slide to unlock, going in and hitting some of the play controls or whatever. You can actually just press little click buttons that are right on here. So that's a large selling point. If you have an iPod Touch second or third generation, it's iPod Touch second or third generation of the iPod Shuffle. If you have the iPod Classic, the new one that's 120 gigabytes, or the fourth generation iPod Nano, as well as I believe the iPhone 3GS. I'm not sure. I know it doesn't fully work on the iPhone 3G. The pause and play button works, but the volume doesn't. Now, as for these headphones, as you can see, the inside of it, it's just got a regular old in-ear cup, which was the main reason I wanted these. I wanted an in-ear headphone, that way they won't fall out like the iPod headphones do. Some people say that they fit perfectly in their ears, but mine, I put them in and I swear to God, they shoot a rocket into my ear and they explode out. They never stay in. So half the time I have them on, I need to put them back into my ears. So I was looking for a type of headphones that have a little nub on them, and here we have it. And it also has the controller dock, which I basically became addicted to. Most of the time I'm using my iPod, the screen isn't even on. Just using that little control dock right there. Of course, I got these headphones, and then I got an iPhone 3GS, which doesn't support them. But I still use them with my iPod Touch. Now, you can see inside of it, it's just got one tiny little hole. There we go. It's just a tiny little pinhole inside of the cone itself. I can just pull this off and you'll see it's just a little diaphragm with a hole in it, and all the sound that comes out of the speaker comes right out of that little hole. Now, I'm not entirely sure why they chose to do that, but works pretty good. I don't really notice anything bad about it. When I first got the headphones and started using them, I didn't really like how they sounded. There was definitely like a 1 or 2 hour burn-in period where when you're listening to it, it had like absolutely no bass. But upon being used for several hours and actually doing a burn-in, as you should to any real headphones, the bass came out perfectly fine. But at first, it was, I don't know, the bass didn't come through very well. Now, as I said, one of the main selling points for me was that this had an iPod controller paddle dock thing on it. Now, here it is, and you see that it says plus right here, and there's a little notch in the middle of it where you press this and it pauses. You press it again, it plays. You press it twice, it skips the song. You press it 3 times, it goes back. You press it twice and hold it, it fast forwards. And it rewinds. You press it once and then hold it, and then it fast forwards, something like that. And then down here is the negative button to make it quieter. On the back, right there, is the mic hole. Now this, I don't really like this one. The one that came with the iPod, it was like 2 pieces of plastic, and when you pressed it, they made contact at whatever points, and it had a very good tactile feedback. I hope I'm saying that right. But you press the middle, it was click, click, and you could really feel when you're hitting it. This one, when I'm using it, I'm just kind of go, and sometimes I'll try to hit it twice, and it'll just pause, or I'll try to hit 3 times, and it'll skip instead of go back a song, or restart the song, or whatever I'm trying to do. So, this, I prefer the original iPod one, but having this on the headphones is definitely better than not having it. Now, as for this itself, the one on the iPod was on the right headphone, and the one on these ones is on the left headphone. Here's the right headphone, and you'll notice that it is not on there. Now, why they didn't keep that consistency with Apple, I don't know. Maybe Apple patented having the clicker on the right headphone, but threw me off for about a week after buying them. So if you're used to your iPod headphones, that's going to mess with you for a little bit. Now, the headphone came bare, just like this, and it came with a set of a full set of small, medium, and large. Personally, I like the small because it just goes in my ear nice, but it really depends upon your ear. But the inside of them are actually color-coded. This one is white, this one is teal, and this one is kind of orangey, beigey color. But comes with all of them, so if you lose them, there is another set. It's in a different size, but they all really work. But I prefer the small ones myself. And like most modern headphones that are of a somewhat standardized quality, it has a gold-plated headphone jack. But this one has left, right, ground, and microphone control. As you can see, it has more stripes than a regular set of headphones would have. As for the actual specs of it, it is 6 to 23,000 hertz. Now that's both much lower and much higher than most headphones go. As for the frequency response to 6, I don't know. I don't think it does that. I've listened to headphones with 15 hertz response, like in-ears like this, that have better response than this. Maybe it's just a bad driver. It can respond to 6, but it doesn't really do it. I don't know. It has acceptable bass. I don't think it does 6 though. The high end, I believe 23,000. Because it doesn't really have any trouble doing guitar solos or any other higher pitch stuff. But the bass, I don't believe 6. Sensitivity of 100 dB per milliwatt. The cord is a 1.2 meter or just about 4 feet Y-type. It's got a nice little slider on it. The slider is incredibly forgiving. You can go all the way up to where you basically have it running from one ear straight across your chin into the other ear, or you can have it where you can have it in your right ear and a friend can have it in their left ear. It's a really nice wide slider, but of course that means that when you have it slid extremely tight or extremely loose, there's a lot of open cable in the middle to have get tangled on stuff. But the cable does pretty good with itself. It came with this, which is a little felt pouch, which is really nice. You can just take the headphones, put them end to end, and oh no, there's a tangle in them. But generally all I do is I just slide the slider up, put it end to end, put it end to end again, once more, and again, and then it kind of maintains itself. And then just stick them in the pouch, and pull the pouch shut, and then they just kind of sit in your pocket like nothing happens, or in a bag or whatever. So I really like the pouch. Alright, so why don't we take a look at the recording capabilities of the microphone on this, because once again one of the major selling points is that it has this control dock, and the control dock has a microphone. So we're going to go into voice memos here, and let's see here. As I talk, you can see this little thingy jump in here telling me that there's audio coming into it. Press the record button. Testing the recording capabilities of the Sony headset. Oh my god, they're headphones, it's not a headset. Yeah, you're a terrible reviewer. Yeah, I understand. Alright, so now we go in. Testing the recording capabilities of the Sony headset. And there it is. It has almost true playback. Of course, it depends on what speakers you're playing it out of, but it comes back sounding pretty good. And as for background noise, I don't know, I'm not about to go run out and record something next to a highway, but it sounds pretty good regardless of the situation. Come on, play again. Do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Testing the recording capabilities of the Sony headset. So yeah, the microphone on it is pretty good. One thing that I don't like about it is when I'm using this with my iPhone or even my iPod Touch and I'm Skyping. Oh no, let's turn the lights back on because my iPod can't get bright enough. Anyway, that the front clicker on here actually rattles around, and as you can see, if I can kind of get this in the shot, I put a piece of electrical tape across here because when I'm walking around, the part that actually moves to let you click shifts, and it makes this really annoying clicking sound to into the microphone. So I just fixed it by sticking a little piece of electrical tape across the bottom. Don't know why Sony couldn't have done something about that, but it's a pretty easy fix. So as an overall, these are some nice headphones. For the price of like 35 bucks, they're pretty worth it. I really wouldn't suggest them if you don't have something that can use the dock, or the little control pod on it rather. They're not too fantastic of headphones themselves, but if you need something that's going to be using the dock and, God, why do I keep calling it a dock? The controller and the microphone, they're definitely worth it. Pretty good headphones, in-ears, stay in really nice, and has the little controller pod. So that's just about it. Thank you everybody for watching. Please be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you all later.